Hello everybody, it's Ryan back here in the kitchen. Welcome back to another episode of A Bite of Life. Today we're going to be doing a recipe that is very important to me and Kathy, something that we've worked on for a very long time. We are going to be making an ultimate kimchi burger. This is something that I've been working on for a very long time, and I feel like I finally got it right to share with all of you. And I'm going to show you all the ingredients that you're going to need for this, and we'll get started. So we're going to caramelize one onion. You can use a white or a yellow. We had a white, so that's what we're going to be using. One tomato, pepper jack cheese. I wanted to get the block cheese because I can cut bigger pieces that can kind of get gooey on the burger. But if you want to use the slices, like deli slices, sliced cheese, pepper jack, you can do that. We're going to be pairing, we've got some jalapenos. We're going to be cutting that up real fine and mixing that in with our kimchi. So real quick about the kimchi, we did not make this kimchi. This is a store-bought kimchi. We do make our own kimchi sometimes. We're not going to do it today, obviously, because it's like a months-long process. This is an excellent one that we get. We always have a jar of this kimchi in our fridge, so just find what you like. We're going to be using ground chuck for our burger patties. We're going to season it with just some light seasonings. We'll go over that when we get to it. We got pork belly. That's what's going to take this burger to the next level. And then we're going to be making a sauce that has ketchup, some sriracha, some mayo, some lime juice. You're also going to need some Kaiser rolls, so we got some of them. The only other thing that I haven't showed you guys is when we do an initial fry for our pork belly, we're going to let it rest and then we're going to marinate it. And there's a couple ingredients that I'm not showing now that I can introduce then. Nothing too extravagant. So that's everything that you're going to need for this. We're going to get started just prepping the pork belly and the rest of the items. From start to finish, this actually isn't a very long dish. So I'm going to get started on preparing everything and showing you what you need to do. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to slice up our pork belly. We're probably not going to use all this, so we're going to cut in half here. Okay, now that we sliced up our pork belly, we want to fry it on medium-high, a pretty high temperature. We're going to cook the pork belly until it gets crisp, a couple minutes on each side. So we fried it for about 3 minutes aside, just until it gets nice and brown and crispy. Because we're going to marinate it now. We're going to let it dry and let it harden up, and then we're going to marinate it, and then we're going to refry it a little bit. So what we want to do now is we want to marinate it just for about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. So what I want to do is I'm going to add some soy sauce, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, dash of Worcestershire, tiny splash of fish sauce. This is datu puti, which we use a lot. It's a cane vinegar. It's a Filipino cane vinegar. It's super versatile. Use it in a ton of stuff. We're just going to use a little bit of that. About a half a tablespoon. If you don't, all Asian stores will have datu puti, the cane vinegar. If you can't find it, or if you don't want to buy it, it's only $2 and it'll last you months. But if you don't want to buy it, you can use like white wine vinegar. You can use champagne vinegar as a substitute. So if you have that lying around in your pantry, you can use that. So, and this brown sugar is what's gonna really make this into like a candy. So I did about 3 small handfuls. I'm gonna dissolve that brown sugar. Brown sugar is very important. I'm using dark brown sugar. Okay. And now we're gonna just put our pork belly in here. So the brown sugar is the most important part, because when we go to like refry it and just kind of crystallize it and caramelize it, it's going to be like a candied pork. It's going to be something incredible. You don't even have to put on the burger. You can just eat as a snack. It's something that's phenomenal. So I'm gonna just knock this down in the sauce. And we're gonna give this about 10-15 minutes. So I'm just gonna caramelize 1 white onion. I'm not gonna show you guys how to do this. I have a video for it. You can check that out. Our caramelized onions are about done. So look how pretty those look. We'll put them on a paper towel, kind of drain them off a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna make our sauce. That's gonna go on the toasted Kaiser. Start with mayonnaise. So I only need enough for about 4 burgers. But you want to do equal parts mayo, to about equal parts ketchup. That was a little bit less ketchup than mayo. Maybe not, it's about the same. Okay. Real quick about this sauce. When I was like toying around with this recipe, because we made it many times, I tried different kinds of sauces for the toasted Kaiser. I tried like roasted garlic aiolis and other kinds of fancy sauces. I'm adding a little bit of sriracha, just a dash. And everything was just too overpowering on the burger. I want everything to kind of stand up on its own, everything to kind of balance, and nothing to overpower the next thing. So after trying about 5 or 6 different kinds of fancy sauces, I realized I just wanted to do something more, just go back to the basics. Mayo, ketchup, a little bit of sriracha. That's it. Secret ingredient, a little bit of lime juice. And what I'm doing is, if you can see a theme, I'm trying to make the ultimate umami burger. That was the whole goal from the beginning. We got spicy, different kinds of heat, jalapeno, kimchi. We got savory, we got sweet, we got sugar, brown sugar, and you're gonna have every component on this. So that's, as you can see, that's what we're trying to build. All right, so this is our sauce. Very basic. Lime juice, dash of sriracha, equal parts mayo and ketchup. Very basic. Equal parts kimchi and jalapeno, minced up. I want to cut big, thick chunks, because when I put this on our burger and we put the lid on them, I want it to just get super gooey and ooey and gooey on the burger. Tomato. All right, we're gonna put this cheese on here. The only thing left is we're gonna refry our pork belly real quick, just for a few minutes, just to kind of crystallize it, turn it into like a nice, delicious candy in here. I'm gonna turn this pan on, get that heated up. Our caramelized onions are about done. So look how pretty those look. Our marinated pork belly. There's a little bit more of this sauce in there. Just trust me on this. You guys are gonna love it. Okay, so we got our rolls cut. Our toaster oven is already heated up. I'm gonna let these burgers get a head start, because these only need about 6 or 7 minutes. So we're gonna put these down first. We're gonna put these burgers down. Our grill is about medium high. so it's a good temperature. So this is gonna get super greasy. There's gonna be a lot of grease going on here. I've got a heavy pan that we're gonna use to press. It was 3.5 minutes aside, but pressing them gives it that really pretty crust that we want. Our timer went off for our rolls. These are perfect. We're gonna put these here. Ooh, those are toasty. So we got everything on there. We got our tomato, jalapeno, and kimchi, caramelized onion, pork belly that we candied, and pepper jack cheese, toasted Kaiser roll. Look how pretty these look. Let's go ahead and put these lids on them because we're gonna smash them down just a tad bit. We're gonna thumbnail real quick. There we go. Last thing, a little bit of homemade fries on here. Ready? All right, here goes. You gotta try this. You gotta try this. This is ridiculous. That pork belly. This has everything. You got spicy from the kimchi and the jalapeno. You got savory. You got sweet. You got crunchy from the roll. You got crunchy from the pork belly that we candied. Gooey from the cheese, the pepper jack, and the burger. You got some soury components. You got every single umami component. That's what I set out to do when I made this. If you make this burger, I promise you, you'll absolutely love it. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you on the next episode. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you next time.